Hello and welcome back to another Sims4 speed build. Woo! I finally said it correctly. Yeah. So this one started out as a base home, and after making the outside, I completely forgot about it. So I just went with it. I did know I wanted to make a bungalow because those are very common where I live, and I spent quite some time messing with the layout. I actually didn't know what I wanted to do. Uh, I didn't have inspiration for this. I'm just, well, I told myself I'm just gonna make a bungalow for family, and that's it. I didn't have any reference or anything I wanted in particular. Just wanted to make something that was interesting. Hence why I called it the Interesting House. Mostly because of the diamond shape that's in the middle of the first floor entrance. After I finished it, it really bugged me that the entrance did not line up with the street entrances. It was bugging me, but that's okay, I guess. It doesn't really affect gameplay or anything. So I started to think about what kind of family would live here. And I thought about, oh, the father would be the bread maker with a good job, and he would need his own little personal space. So I made him a sort of hidden office. Mostly, I just put the door, the bookshelf door. That's it, and only he can go in it because he's gonna be a doctor, like my niece told me to make him. So he needs his own personal space to unwind. And then the mother would be interested in his money and in children in particular. I just wanted to be really into children. So I made her childish. And then they would have a teenage daughter who would be like the perfect teenage daughter. She would be so perfect that she would fall for an older guy who was just different from her family and move out as soon as she became a young adult. But I haven't played enough to go that far. But that was the idea for it. And then the family would also have a little boy toddler who would be doted on, and everybody would just love him and do everything for him. And apparently the family does that without me telling them. They're just always checking up on him. Like, always. All of them. It's really weird. And I made him independent, just so, he would do his own thing, but he needs so much. No, wait, I don't think I made him independent. I think I made him inquisitive. He learns faster. Yeah, something like that. And then I also thought, oh, they should also have a baby girl. Well, my niece had a baby girl. I just had a baby that they basically would ignore. She ended up being taken away when my niece and I were playing. And, while we were playing with a teenage daughter, like at her friend's house or something like that. Baby got taken away during that little short time. Like, what? No one paid attention. But the toddler was in perfect health and stuff. Everything was green. Well, he was sad when we came back because the baby had been taken away. And then we also tried adopted back. We checked to see if we could adopt her back. But she wasn't on the list, so that made us sad. But that didn't last long. I mean, we ended up having them make another baby, but we kind of stopped. I mean, she's pregnant last we played it, but we don't know what baby it's gonna be. And while I'm mentioning my niece, she's the one that designed all the little characters. She told me what to give them for clothes, what they would look like. And mind you, she's 4 years old. She's tiny. So the whole family was basically her idea. She's the one that kept telling me, oh, they're gonna live here and do this, and do that, and this, they're gonna need that. She is very imaginative. And here you can see I was trying to make the bathroom kind of interesting. So it doesn't have an actual door, it has just like the giant mirrors. And I was trying to do something interesting, but it just didn't fit. I mean, I could have kept it without the tub or without the shower, but I wanted both of them to be in there. So I'm like, oh, too bad. I wanted to have a double sink like you saw at the start, but that's okay. It ended up looking pretty cool. I have this strange thing where the living room I always make it monochromatic, black and white kind of thing, like on most of my builds. And then the dining room I will most likely make it with a red background and wood, like dark woods, because that's my taste. Even though my house looks nothing that good, my house has actually everything in different shades of beige. Yay. Yeah, so I also made a little like entrance for them to play in. Not to play in, I mean little entrance for guests. What's it called? I forgot what they're called. What it's called. Kind of like a welcoming entrance, something like that. I actually made most of the rooms have very different styles to each other. At least in my opinion. I mean, I'm not an interior designer. I don't know the actual names of most of this stuff. I just do what I like, and if it looks nice, then good. I do wish to one day have an open kitchen like this, like a huge kitchen. Guess at my house, it's all the houses I've had, we have like tiny, tiny, tiny kitchens. You would probably fit my entire apartment just on the first floor of this Sims house, maybe even smaller. And I've lived in most of the houses I've lived in have been just like that, which makes me sad. But one can dream. I've also been very obsessed with putting an immense amount of plants together lately. I don't know why. I don't have a lot of plants. I have a little bit, and poor things are dying because I neglected them for a while. You can always tell someone's state of mind by how their plants are, huh? And the second floor was a bit tricky. I actually wanted those two gigantic closets, and then I thought maybe I should take one of the closets out and just make it into like a bath or something. I'm like, nah. So I just kept it like that. I did take out the other closet that I had put in the smaller room, which would be the toddler room. I ended up changing the bookcase because they couldn't reach it. Like, oh, that's so sad. But it's a pretty cute room. I mean, I said toddler room and then I put a kid's drawing table. But it's still pretty cute, blue and yellow. And then I made a little reading area on the outside, because I used to have one like that in one of the houses that I lived in. I basically had my own apartment in one of the houses I lived in, because that's the only time I got to decorate anything, and it was an attic. And if you're interested, I called it the Pokemon house. I should probably update that to make it look nicer. I mean the attic part. Yeah, it was mostly like a playroom, and then we had like a couch in the front of the entrance. And that's where I used to read all my Harry Potter books. Yep. Back when I was probably a teenager, just starting as a teenager. That's when it happened. Fun fact, when I was building this, I had my niece come over. I was gonna babysit her for a little while. And she got really into it. She started telling me what things to put, what colors to add. Like I said, she designed the family, like their clothes and stuff. And she was really getting into it. And she kept pushing me a little every time we were playing. Because she wanted to sit too, and there's not really enough space for her to sit too. So I think she said she wanted this game now. Which is really funny because she's so tiny. Maybe I'll do it in the future when she has a computer, or her mom's computer. They don't make her obsessive with computers like my kids are. Well, so am I though. I was also thinking that once the baby ages up, we can have like the extra bed here where the little reading nook is for in the parents' bedroom, where the the bassinet, yeah, where the bassinet is. Like, put the extra bed there, that little space, and that'll be like the baby's, well, I guess it would be toddler area, because the toddler would actually grow up to be a child by then, and they each need their own space. I mean, I'm sure they could share, but it would be very cramped. I don't really know. I don't really know if I want to continue playing with this family. I mean, I probably will just when my niece is over, because it's basically hers. I let her keep everything from this house. Yeah. And I was taking directions from her on what to do with the family members and stuff. So maybe yeah, I don't think I'll play with this anymore unless she's here. But the house is pretty interesting. It has overly decorated inside and a nice outside area, which I don't think they played with. I mean, I put the pirate ship. Yeah, the pirate ship. And I don't think they have played with it. Well, mainly because there's no actual children yet. They haven't lit the bonfire either. So, yeah, but it's an interesting house. I like the little garden area that was separated by the hedges. That was pretty cute. I want that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video, and I'll see you next time.